Good morning students. I welcome back you all to this mathematics class, and we are discussing here class 12 syllabus of mathematics. We are continuing with chapter 1 relations and functions, and I have already discussed with you in my previous video the definitions of relations and how the concept of relations could be developed from the concept of Cartesian product, and then we have also done the types of relations, and also we have done equivalence relations, equivalence classes, etc. So today we are going to do some good important questions of exercise 1.1, and also we are going to do one very important question which has been asked in CBSE exam, but not an NCERT question. So please see this video till the end. Now you can see question number 2 here. Question 2, why I am not discussing question 1? Because I have discussed many examples in my previous video, where the examples or questions which are given in question 1, those parts have already been used. They have already been tested for being reflexive, transitive and symmetric. So that's why I am not taking these parts. I am directly starting from question 2, which is a very important question, and it has been asked many times in board exams. Now the question is, show that the relation R in the set of R. Relation R is a notion, is a symbol for the relation, and this R is the symbol for the set of real numbers, and it is defined as, the relation R is defined as, it contains all the ordered pairs AB such that A is less than or equal to B square. This is the relation. Any two ordered pairs which are both the elements are real numbers, and they can come, any ordered pair can belong to the relation R if the first element is less than or equal to the square of the second element, and you have to show that this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So we have already read the question, and we know that A and B both are real numbers. So I have to first check by taking a few examples whether this relation is reflexive or not. So if you, in case if you don't remember the definition of reflexivity, then I can recall, you can go to the previous videos. The reflexivity means that any relation R is reflexive if every element of the base set is related to itself. That means every element A should be related to itself under the given relation R. If it happens for every element A of the base set, then we say that the relation is reflexive. Or I can say, in other words, if AA belongs to R for all A belonging to the base set, which is the set of real numbers here, means if every real number is related to itself under this relation, then we say that relation is reflexive. So I have to check, is every real number less than or equal to its square? Oh yes, it is true for 1. 1 is a real number. Let us take another real number 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 2 square? Yes, it is also true, because we know 2 is less than or equal to 4. So therefore we can say 1 1 belongs to R. Here I can say 2 2 belongs to R. But real numbers, the set of real numbers does not contain only the natural numbers, it contains negative numbers also. So let us check for any negative number. Is minus 3 less than or equal to minus 3 square? Yeah, amazing, good. It's also coming out to be true, because minus 3 is less than or equal to 9, minus 3 is less than 9, so this is also true. So I can say that minus 3 is also related to itself, therefore minus 3 comma 3 also belongs to R. So that means, what do you think? What do you say? Is the relation reflexive? But yes, you have not checked for one type of rational numbers. You have not checked for rational numbers. You have checked for natural numbers. You have checked for, but set of real numbers contains fractions also, rational numbers also. So let us take one rational number 1 by 2, and now I want to check, is 1 by 2 less than or equal to 1 by 2 square? That means I want to say that 1 by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 4. Please check, students, if this statement and this statement are these true statements. 1 by 2 has got value 0.50 and 1 by 4, this is 0.5, and this is 0.25. This is 0.50, 0.25. So this number is larger than this. This number is greater than this, not less. That means this statement is false. So what we have seen is that this particular relationship was followed by natural numbers, integers, even 0 will follow, but the rational numbers and the proper fractions in which the numerator is smaller than denominator, they are not going to follow it. The positive rationals are not going to follow it. So that means there are some numbers in the set of real numbers which are not following this particular relation, although infinite numbers are following the relation. But even if one real number is not following this relation with itself, then we can't say that it is reflexive, the relation is reflexive. So in this case the relation is not going to be reflexive. In what case it would have been reflexive? If this relationship could have been followed by every real number. So now one thing you please learn here, that whenever you have to prove something that yes it is true, then you have to give a general proof. Why a general proof? Why you can't take the particular numbers 1 or 2 or 1 by 2? Because if you prove anything for 1, that is true for 1 only. If you prove it for 2, it is true for 2 only. But there are infinite real numbers, so you cannot prove for infinite real numbers, and therefore you take any general real number and then you prove it. But here it is not going to be proved, it is disproved. That means this relationship is not followed by every real number with itself. In case of disprove, in case when it is not followed, it is enough to give even one example. If you are able to get one example in contrary to it, it is enough to show that the given relation is not reflexive. So we have two ways. If we have to prove the relation is reflexive or symmetric or transitive, then we are going to give a general proof. And if we are going to disprove, that means it is not reflexive or not symmetric or not transitive, in that case we have to just give example. For proving we have to do the general proof, and for disproving we have to give the example in contrary. So this example proves that the relation R is not reflexive, and there are many other relations, many other examples also exist to disprove that the relation is not reflexive. So what does it mean? It means that 1 by 2 is not related to itself. So this particular ordered pair 1 by 2 does not belong to R. Again I tell you, a relation will be reflexive if every ordered pair where both the elements are same of all real numbers would have belonged to R, then we could have said that the relation is reflexive. But here I am able to give one example, I can give one more example, I can give many more examples where this is a proper fraction. So now let us move to the other part, the second part, which is symmetric. If you want to see the whole solution, you can see. So this is not solution, actually we have given the examples, and it is given to you in the question that you have to prove that the relation is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. So when it is already given to you that it is not, then you have to think of the examples. Next thing we have to come on symmetry. Now you can again see the book. What the book says is, the book says that show that the relation R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So you don't have to check even, they have already given you that it is not reflexive, not symmetric and not transitive. So I know that this particular relation is not symmetric. I only have to find an example to support, and this is how it is proved. So let me recall the definition of symmetry first. When we call a relation to be symmetric, if an ordered pair AB belongs to R, or if an element A is related to B, then its reverse ordered pair BA should also belong to R. That is, B should be related to A. So, if A is related to B, then B should also be related to A. If this happens, in that case we say that the relation R is symmetric. So, here the relation is A is less than or equal to B square. So, you take any ordered pair which satisfy this property and the elements should be the real numbers. Let me take 1, 2. I say that 1, 2 belongs to R. Why? Because 1 is less than or equal to 2 square. Any ordered pair can belong to the relation R which follows this given relationship. First element has to be less than or equal to the square of second element. So, 1, 2 belongs to R because 1 is less than or equal to 2 square. But now you tell me that is 2 less than or equal to 1 square or not? If 1 is less than or equal to 2 square, this is very much true. But 2 is not less than or equal to 1 square, so this is false. This implies that the reverse ordered pair 2, 1 does not belong to R. So, we have seen that the ordered pair 1, 2 belongs to the relation R, but its reverse ordered pair 2, 1 does not belong to the relation R, and it proves that the relation is not symmetric, and we can create many more examples, but it is enough to give 1 or 2 examples. Even if you give 1 example, it is enough. You can give at the most 2 for your own satisfaction. So, it is proved that the relation is not symmetric. Now, I have to prove that the given relation is not transitive and the relation is A is less than or equal to B square. Any ordered pair AB belongs to the relation R if A is less than or equal to B square. This is the relation. Now, let me recall the definition of transitivity before I give the example to disprove the transitivity here. Transitivity means that if the ordered pair AB and another ordered pair BC, both of them belong to the relation R. Here I have taken the second ordered pair in such a manner that the first element of the second ordered pair is same as the second element of the first ordered pair. So, if the two ordered pairs AB and BC belong to the relation R, then it should imply that the transitive ordered pair AC should also belong to R. If this happens, then we say that the relation R is transitive. Now, consider two ordered pairs 10, 5 and 5, 3. Both of them belong to R. Why? Because you can see 10 is less than or equal to 5 square. 5 square is 25 and 10 is less than or equal to 25, which is true. And also 5 is less than or equal to 3 square. That is 5 is less than or equal to 9, which is also true. So, both these statements are true and therefore 10, 5 and 5, 3 belong to R. But please check, is the transitive ordered pair 10, 3 belongs to R? We have to check this. 10, 3 would have been belonged to R if 10 is less than or equal to 3 square. That is 10 is less than or equal to 9. No, which is false. 10 is not less than or equal to 3 square. So, 10, 3 does not belong to R because 10 is not less than or equal to 3 square. So, what I have checked, that the ordered pairs 10, 5 and 5, 3 belong to the relation R because 10 is less than or equal to 5 square and 5 is less than or equal to 3 square, but the transitive ordered pair 10, 3 does not belong to R because 10 is not less than or equal to 3 square, and you can create many more examples of this kind. I can give you one more example, say 8, 3 and 3, 2. Both of them belong to R because 8 is less than or equal to 3 square and 3 is less than or equal to 2 square, but 8 is not less than or equal to 2 square, and therefore 8 2 does not belong to R. So we have given a second example where two ordered pairs 8 3 and 3 2 belong to the relation R, but the transitive ordered pair 8 2 does not belong to R. And what does it mean? This implies that the relation R is not transitive. Here I am leaving question 3 and 4 for you. I think they are quite easy and you please try them on your own. Let us come back to question number 5. It says, check whether the relation R in the set of real numbers R, which is defined by capital R is equal to all such ordered pairs, it contains all the ordered pairs AB, such that A is less than or equal to B cube, and you have to check whether this is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. In previous question number 2, it was already given to you that it was not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive, but here you have to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So let's start the question. So let us start the solution. Here A and B both are real numbers, and any ordered pair of real numbers will belong to R if it satisfies the condition that first element is less than or equal to the cube of second element. So here you please pay attention that real numbers, it contains all types of numbers, be it negative whole numbers, negative naturals, positive negative integers, positive integers, naturals, zero, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and we have to check the relation for first of all reflexivity, whether the relation is reflexive or not. As I have already explained you in previous question the meaning of reflexivity. So checking that the relation is reflexive or not means I have to check whether every real number is related to itself under this relation. I have to check if A is less than or equal to A cube, or I have to check if all the ordered pairs of this type they belong to the relation R. Of this type means where both the elements are same. Do they belong to R? This is the thing that I have to check. Okay. So for checking I have to take some numbers, some real numbers, and then only I can check. So very first number that comes always to your mind is 1. Okay, let me check it. 1 is less than or equal to 1 cube. Very true. 2 is less than or equal to 2 cube. So I think it is going to be true. This is going to be true for positive integers. Let us check for negative integers. Minus 1 is less than or equal to minus 1 cube. This is true. Minus 2 is less than or equal to minus 2 cube. So is it true? Please check. Is it true? It means minus 2 is less than or equal to minus 8. So minus 2 is actually greater than minus 8. So this is not true. So you have got one example in which is not supporting the reflexivity of this relation. So you can create many more examples of this kind. Minus 3 does not belong to R. So any pair of negative numbers, negative integers will not belong to R. So enough, one example is enough to show. So I can say that yes, minus 2 comma minus 2 does not belong to the relation R, or I can also say minus 3 comma minus 3 also does not belong to the relation R. So out of many real numbers, there will be many real numbers which will belong to R, many pairs of real numbers which will belong, but even if there is one pair which does not belong to the relation R, so that means the relation R is not reflexive because it is not containing all the doublet pairs of real numbers. So the result is relation R is not reflexive. I again tell you, if you have any doubt about the concept of reflexivity, symmetry or transitivity, then you please go back to my previous video on this topic. I think previous to previous videos I have already made a video on that. So for symmetric, let us take one ordered pair 1 2 and it is belonging to R. Why? Because we know that 1 is less than or equal to 2 cube. It is a true statement. 1 is less than or equal to 8 and therefore 1 comma 2 belongs to R. But you please check whether it's reverse ordered pair 2 1. Does it belong to R? 2 1 will belong to R if 2 will be less than or equal to 1 cube. Is it so? No, it is not so. And therefore 2 1 does not belong to R. So we are able to give one example. You will be able to give many more such examples. You can say 3 comma 34. It belongs to R because 3 is less than or equal to 34 cube, but 34 is not less than 3 cube. It is more than. So this is not belonging to R. This is the second example. So you can create many more examples on your own, and this is how you have proved that the relation R is not symmetric. So now we have to check transitivity. So let me consider any two ordered pairs which belong to the relation R, and they are a particular type of ordered pairs. Let me take 105 and 53. Both of them belong to R. You have to take a particular type of ordered pair, two ordered pairs, such that these two, second number of first ordered pair and first number of second ordered pair are same. So I know that 100 is less than or equal to 5 cube. 5 cube is 125. It is true. And also I know that 5 is less than or equal to 3 cube. 3 cube is 27. So both of them are true, and therefore 105 and 53 they belong to R. But you please check, is the transitive ordered pair 100 comma 3? Is it belonging to R? It will belong to R if 100 is less than or equal to 3 cube. Is it so? 100 is less than 27? No. So 100 is not less than or equal to 3 cube, and therefore 100 comma 3 does not belong to R. So although 105 and 53 belong to R, but 103 does not belong to R, this implies the relation R is not symmetric, not transitive. You can create many more examples of your own. Please go through question 9 of exercise 1.1. Question 9 says, show that each of the relations R in the set A, where A is the set containing integers between 0 to 12, including 0 and 12, only positive integers from 0 to 12. This is the set A, and R is a relation on the set A. There are two parts. We are going to discuss the first part. First part says that R, relation R, contains the ordered pairs AB such that modulus of A minus B is a multiple of 4. So you have to show that this relation is an equivalence relation. Also find the set of all elements related to 1. So there are two things to be done. First, it is to be proved that it is an equivalence relation, and then we have to find the equivalence class of 1. So R is a relation on the base set A, where set A is containing all the integers between 0 to 12, and R is containing all the ordered pairs such that the difference of modulus of these two numbers A and B is always a multiple of 4. Now in the question it is already written that show that the relation is equivalence relation. So you please recall the definition of an equivalence relation. Any relation is equivalence relation if it is reflexive as well as symmetric as well as transitive. Then it is called a equivalence relation. So in a way they have already given you that the relation is reflexive, relation is symmetric, and relation is transitive. So you should try to take these clues from the question. Okay. In case suppose if it is not given that it is reflexive or not, what will you do? Okay. So now you please you have to check. Suppose you have to check it is reflexive or not. So you take any two integers, take any say 0. So I have to check that this belongs to R or not. When will it belong to R? If the modulus of the difference is multiple of 4. So if you take 0 comma 0, that this is 0 and which is always a multiple of 4. 0 is multiple of every number. Say suppose I have to check 1 comma 1, whether 1 comma 1 belongs to R or not. So I have to check modulus of 1 minus 1, which is 0, is it a multiple of 4? Yes, it is also a multiple of 4. I have to check minus 3 comma minus 3, it is belonging to the relation R or not. So I take the difference of minus 3 with minus 3 minus 3 minus minus 3, which is 0, which is again a multiple of R. So I can see that if I take any any ordered pair where both the numbers are same, and if I'll take their difference, it will always be 0, and 0 is multiple of every number, and so I can see that yes, the relation is going to be reflexive. But now here the problem is कि although you know it, you have mentally checked for each type of integer, you have checked for 0, you have checked for positive integer, you have checked for negative integer. Although here you have to check only for the integers from 0 to 12. Suppose I am taking that case also. Suppose if you would have given the whole set of integers, then what you could have done. But here you suppose you are given it is not, this restriction is not there, and only A is only the set of integers. That means you have an infinite set, so you cannot prove it for infinite number of ordered pairs. Then in that case you need one general proof. So whenever you have to prove something that yes it is reflexive, then you have to prove it generally, and you have to prove symmetry or you have to prove transitivity. The proof has to be general, and in case you have to disprove, it is enough to give just one example. So let us prove it. Let A is any number belonging to the base set A. Here I can recall that the base set A is nothing but it is the set of integers, and the integers are from 0 to 12. So A is any number from 0 to 12. If this is not given, A is the whole set of integers, then also there is no problem. Then you can write A belongs to Z. So you please tell me the fact, if you take the difference of A with A and if you take its modulus, will it be 0 or not? Yes, definitely it is going to be 0, irrespective of A is what type of number. This difference is always going to be 0, even if A is negative, positive, 0, fraction, rational or irrational. And this 0, this can be written as 0 into 4. So I have proved which is a multiple of 4. So I have proved that mod of A minus A is equal to a multiple of 4, and this condition is enough for any ordered pair A comma A to belong to the relation R. And since I have taken A to be any general number of the base set A, so I can say this is true for all. This is the symbol of for all. Whenever you want to write for all, A double L all. So for this is true for all elements of A. So you have proved that the relation R is reflexive, because you have proved the reflexivity not only for any particular number but for all the numbers which are contained in the base set. Symmetry. So let us first check whether this relation is symmetric or not. take any, when we check roughly. So, here first I am checking roughly, then I will prove when I am satisfied that yes, it is going to be symmetric. Take any two numbers, say 2, 4. So, let me check what is the modulus of 2 and 4, what is the modulus of difference of 2 and 4, which is going to be modulus of minus 2, which is going to be 2. So, I can see that 2, 4, their difference is 2, which is not belonging to the relation R. And when 2, 4 is not belonging to R, then there is no point of checking 4, 2 belonging to R. Here also, here you have to clear this point of also. Symmetry means that if AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R, then the relation is symmetric. In this case, for this particular ordered pair, I am not going to check for its reverse ordered pair, because neither 2, 4 nor 4, 2. 4, 2 will also not belong to R. So, 2, 4 not belong to R, 4, 2 not belong to R. So, this is not valid. I have to take that number where one ordered pair belong to R. When any ordered pair does not belong to R, then its reverse ordered pair will also not belong to R. Okay. So, I do not have to check for them with which do not belong. I have to check for the ones which belong. So, you can say 12 and 8. So, you want to check whether 12 and 8 they belong to R or not. So, you please check the modulus of the difference of 12 minus 8, which is 4, which is of course the multiple of 4, and therefore we can say that 12, 8 belong to R. Now, let us check the reverse ordered pair 8, 12. So, I take the modulus of 8 and difference of 8 and 12, which is equal to modulus of minus 4, which is equal to 4, which is also a multiple of 4. So, I can see that this is also belong to R. So, whenever 12, 8 belongs to R, then 8, 12 belongs to R. Here, since this was not belonging, so this was also not belonging. Here, since this is belonging, so this is also belonging. So, in my mind and mentally, by checking a few examples, I have already checked mentally that yes, the relation is symmetric. But now I have to prove also generally. I have to give a general proof. So, for that general proof, what I do is, I consider any ordered pair AB. Let that this ordered pair AB belongs to the relation R. If this ordered pair AB belongs to the relation R, then it has to satisfy the condition that modulus of A minus B is equal to a multiple of 4. Anything which is a multiple form, 4m. What is m? Where m is any natural number. If this number is a multiple of 4, then this is equal to 4 times some natural number. M can be 1 also, 2 also, 3 also, and so on. Okay. And but we also know that mod of A minus B is same as mod of B minus A. So, in place of A minus B mod, I can also write B minus A mod, because the result is going to be same. We know they are same. So, this is also equal to 4m. That means, if you take the modulus of difference of B and A, that is also a multiple of 4. What does it mean? It means that the ordered pair BA also belongs to R. So, you started with the ordered pair AB belonging to R, and you proved that the reverse ordered pair BA also belong to R, and it is true for all the numbers A and B which belong to the base set A. The base set A is the set of integers from 0 to 12. This is true for all the integers which are from 0 to 12. Even it is true for all other integers also. And what does it mean? This implies that the given relation R is symmetric. Let us check whether the given relation is transitive or not. For that, first I mentally check for some ordered pairs. So I have to take two ordered pairs of the numbers where the numbers of or the elements of ordered pair should belong to this base set, because in the question it is given to you. Okay, let me take the two ordered pairs, say 1 5 and the other ordered pair 5 9. You can see here I have taken both the ordered pairs in such a way that they are belonging to R. Why they are belonging to R? You can see their difference 4, difference 4. So their difference is a multiple of 4. So we know that this and this, they both are belonging to the relation R. Okay. So you please tell me 1 comma 9, will it also belong to R? Yes, it will also belong to R, because the difference of 1 and 9 is 8. Therefore, and here the difference is 4, here the difference is 8. So they also belong to R. So the transitive ordered pair also belong to R. So mentally I have checked that yes, the relation is transitive. Now I have to proceed to check, I have to proceed to give a general proof. Let two ordered pairs AB and BC belong to R, where A, B, C are nothing but the elements of the base set. So I have taken the general numbers. That means if this thing is true for any general numbers, then it is true for any possible ordered pair. So AB and BC, they are belonging to the relation R. This we have assumed. So if we have assumed this, then both the ordered pairs should satisfy the conditions of belonging to R. What is the condition of belonging to R? The condition is that modulus of difference of this should be a multiple of 4. Also, modulus of difference of these two, B and C, should also be a multiple of 4. Here I have used the natural number m, I have used the symbol m. Here I have used the symbol n. M and n could be same, they could be different. So we don't know. So this means that their difference, let their difference is the multiple of 4, and let their difference is also a multiple of 4. Okay. So now students, you have also already studied in your junior classes, in your class 11. If you want to remove this modulus sign, then what you do? Then you write that A minus B should be equal to plus minus 4n. Here also you want to remove the modulus sign, so you write B minus C is equal to plus minus 4n. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. I hope you are understanding what is going on. Okay, now we add the two equations 1 and 2. How do we add the two equations? We add LHS with LHS and RHS with RHS. So we get A minus B plus B minus C. A minus B plus B minus C should be equal to plus minus 4m plus minus 4n. Here I can see A, B gets cancelled. So I get A minus C is equal to, and from right hand side I can take plus minus 4 common, m plus n. If m and n are natural numbers, their sum will also be a natural number. Now here you have got plus minus sign. If you want to put the mod sign again, then you can write it mod of A minus C and you remove the plus minus sign from right hand side. If you have to remove the mod, you apply the plus minus sign. If you have to put back the mod again, then you remove the plus minus sign. So I got that the difference of A and C is a 4 times some natural number. 4 times some natural number means multiple of 4. So I have proved that modulus of difference of A and C, mod A minus C, is a multiple of 4, which is a condition enough for the ordered pair AC to belong to the relation R. So from where we started? We started from this statement that we assumed that the two ordered pairs AB and BC belonged to the relation R, and we proved that the transitive ordered pair AC belonged to R. So this implies that the given relation R is transitive also. Okay. If you want to see, again you can see. So we have proved that the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Any such relation which is reflexive, symmetric and transitive automatically becomes an equivalence relation. So you have proved that R is an equivalence relation. There was one more part in the question which asked you have to write the equivalence class of 1. Equivalence class of 1 means you have to write the set of all elements which are related to 1 under the relation, under the same relation that we have discussed right now above, that it contains ordered pairs AB such that mod of A minus B is equal to a multiple of 4. So I have to check that 1 is related to with which all elements, and let me recall the base set A contains the numbers from 0 to 12. So okay, you start checking. So you have to check all those numbers can be related to 1 whose difference with 1 will be multiple of 4. So difference of 1 with 5 will be 4, which is the first multiple of 4, and then second multiple of 4 is 8. So difference of 1 with 9 will be the second multiple of 4, which is 8, and the next multiple of 4 is 12. The difference of 1 with 13 will be 12, but 13 cannot belong to this relation because 13 is not there in this set. We have only the numbers from 0 to 12. You can yourself check that if you take 1 with 0, the difference of 1 and 0, it is not a multiple of 4, so it is not belonging to R. Difference of 1 with 1 is 0. Yes, of course. 1 is related to itself also because difference of 1 with 1 is 0, which is also a multiple of 4. The difference of 1 and 2 is 1. 1 and 3 is 2, which is not a multiple of 4. 1 and 4 is 3. 1 5 is 4, which is we have written. 1 6 will be 5. 1 7 will be 6. 1 8 will be 7, and 1 9 will be 8. 1 10 will be 9. 1 11 will be 10, which is not a multiple of 4, and 1 12 will be 11. So these are the only elements with which 1 is related. So 1 is related with itself, 1 is related with 5, 1 is related with 9. Why? Because they satisfy the condition, this condition, that is the mod of 1 minus 5 is a multiple of 4, mod of 1 minus 9 is the second multiple of 4, mod of 1 with 1 is 0, which is also a multiple of 4. So set of elements which are related with 1 are 1, 5 and 9. So the equivalence class of 1 is this. This is equivalence class of 1. So I think you are clear now how to write the equivalence class of any element. Okay students, now I end up this class here. In my next lecture I will continue with some more problems, some very important problems on relations, and the problems that we have discussed today, all the problems have already been asked in board exams. So please study them thoroughly, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel.